So today we had our split squad meeting, and it was a bit of a better result because we're able to see that the Cubs finally swept a split squad. Not only did they sweep a split squad, have a bit of a tongue twister there, but they did it against two very reputable teams, against division rival Milwaukee and against Oakland. So we're going to start off with the game that has probably the best story, which is our game against the Oakland Athletics. The score, rather arbitrary, 3-1 Cubs, but it's a story that goes behind it. So let's just start off and look at how phenomenal this game was for the Cubs. Albert Almora did go 0 for 3, and for this game, Kris Bryant was supposed to be in the starting lineup, but he was scratched with shoulder fatigue, and they said that he was going to come in and play anyways. Anthony Rizzo, who's been struggling this spring training, had one at-bat and didn't do anything with it. Kris Bryant, keep in mind, with shoulder fatigue, comes in next at-bat and hits a home run and decides that that wasn't enough, and in his next at-bat, hits another home run. Bryant would go 2 for 2 with 2 homers, 3 RBIs, and a walk. He's hitting .450. And being, a big baseball nerd, somebody who's so into the Cubs, who basically, my life happiness is kind of dependent on the Chicago Cubs. They are my life. And for me to be this excited about Kris Bryant, about somebody that is literally this good, somebody that can not only change the Chicago Cubs, but can change baseball. He may be a once-in-a-generation kind of player, and I am so excited to see him play at Wrigley Field this year. And it's really phenomenal what a kid like that can do. Jorge Soler goes 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, still hitting .368. Javier Baez picks up a hit. Junior Lake was 0 for 3. Tommy La Stella 1 for 2. Kyle Hendricks was just stellar. 5 innings, 5 perfect innings, mind you, with 3 strikeouts. The guy's unstoppable. I'm excited to see more of him. And the rest of the bullpen held up. Not a lot of notable people. Armando Rivera struggled a bit. Other than that, not a lot of names you're going to recognize. But the Cubs pick up the win 3-1, which is really nice. And then they just really gave it to the Milwaukee Brewers. And really, what can you want more in life? The Brewers and the Cubs. Cubs win 10-5, led by a 7-run third inning. Chris Coghlan 0 for 3 with a walk. Arizmendi Alcantara picks up 2 hits. Rafael Lopez with a hit. Starlin Castro goes 1 for 3. Ryan Sweeney 1 for 4. Mike Olt with a hit. Wellington Castillo went 2 for 4. Matt Caesar, who's been raking, 381. He went 2 for 3 with a homer. Sweeney and Castillo pick up doubles. Things are really looking good for the Cubs in this one. Edwin Jackson looked a lot better. 3 innings, he only allowed a hit, walked 2, struck out 2, so that's encouraging. Pedro Strop allowed a run in an inning. Hector Rondon allowed an unearned run. The team was 7 for 17 with runners in scoring position. The important thing is they walked out with the win. So that's a good thing. The Cubs are starting to put everything together. They got those first few wins. Now it's a matter of confidence, about moving forward, taking what they've learned, and taking that newfound confidence and being able to use that not only for the rest of spring training, but for the games that actually matter in the regular season. The Cubs have the potential to not only be a wild card contender, but to be a division contender. The St. Louis Cardinals have been phenomenal in spring training. They've been really good. And that's, something you have to look out for, even though they fell today to the Twins 6-3. The Cardinals are going to be a team that's probably going to be the best in the division. You have the Pittsburgh Pirates that you got to worry about. They're looking good. The Milwaukee Brewers are still going to give you trouble. You never know what Cincinnati's going to give you. So these are all things that the Cubs are going to have to look forward to in the regular season, especially early on in the season when you're facing Pittsburgh and St. Louis a lot pretty early on. The Cubs are going to have to find a way to be able to combat that and get themselves a strong April. I mentioned this a lot, but last year the Cubs started off 13-27 and then played 500 ball. So you have to, find that balance, find a way, even if you're a little bit under 500 in April, find a way to be able to get yourself out of the gate at a little bit of a better pace, because it really makes all the difference. Other than that, that's all I have for you guys today. Keep your hope from Clark and Addison, because it sure is looking good. Tomorrow's Selection Sunday, one of my personal favorite days. Mizzou's not very good at college basketball, but I definitely will be making a bracket, and I'll be sure to throw in what my prediction for the Final Four is tomorrow in my video. Let me know what your predictions are at that time. But other than that, I will come back with another video tomorrow to recap what the Cubs do. So that's all I got for today. Good evening, Cubs fans.